First of all, I'd like to thank Brian Richardson for coming. Brian, if you could just...
Thank you.
Brian Richardson's from Work Life Services, and he works for the MTA, but he saw fit to come here and kind of honor us today, and we thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you.
And Rabbi, again, thank you so much for, over the years. You're leaving us soon? Is that what you have conveyed to me?
I'll be around.
You'll be around?
God willing.
So I've said it before, the rabbi has been around a long, long time, and me and the rabbi now know each other, I would say for 20, at least 1997, and I want to think before that. And in the mid-1990s, I was doing subway inspections as a track worker on release time. That was assigned to do unannounced subway inspections, and unfortunately, one of my jobs was to respond to accidents, and more unfortunately, fatal accidents on the subway tracks. And me and the rabbi got to know each other under the most strenuous and stressful circumstances one could ever imagine. And I was a lot younger back then, and certainly the rabbi was a lot younger back then, and we kind of found our way through these difficult circumstances into a friendship, and here we are all these years later. The rabbi is retiring. I'm still many years away from retirement. Good luck. Rabbi Berkowitz, we appreciate all your years of service to Local 100 members, and you were always able to have those difficult conversations that kind of put me on an emotional breakdown, and I appreciate your strength and guidance over the years. It really has been a remarkable relationship, so thanks. So we're here today, and we're doing something a little bit different than we've done in the past. It's Workers' Memorial Day across the country, and what we've done in Local 100, and for good reason, we've had a lot of individual memorials over the years, and April 28th, the whole entire labor movement comes together, and they mourn and honor our fallen brothers and sisters across the country. And so we've woven into that event today, and we remember our fallen brothers and sisters, certainly as individuals, but today we don't forget that we're part of a broader labor movement, and a broader labor movement that's constantly under fire from bosses that seek more production, more on-time train and bus performance, more sweat and blood from transit workers and workers across all industries, really without regard to what that means for the safety of trade unionists and workers everywhere. And so we stand together in unity today with workers across the country, and we join this memorial, and we honor we join this wider memorial, and again, we honor our fallen brothers and sisters as individuals, and we're very thankful and to celebrate with the families of our fallen brothers and sisters. And we say once again, thank you so much for coming and down here today and sharing this moment with us. So thank you very much. I know this must be very difficult for you every time you come by, and I can only imagine. So it must be very painful. And oftentimes, I just lost my father a few months ago, and people say condolences on the loss of father, and I try to say thank you, but the truth is, at this point, I don't even want people to say condolences, because all it does is conjure up that moment, and I sit here wondering if that's what it does to everybody in the room. And so I'm wondering what thoughts go through your head, and I'm hoping that this is a more of a comfort than and bringing up thoughts of everybody standing with you in the TWU, rather than kind of bringing back memories. And just a couple of more points I want to make. While the labor movement celebrates this event across the country, I'm really proud to say that in TWU Local 100, we do more than celebrate this event. We have a Widows and Orphans Fund that transit workers across this whole entire union, this great industrial union that's as big as it's ever been in the history of the union, well over 40,000 members now, on its way to being close to 45 members, hopefully, over the next couple of years. And transit workers on their first day that they're hired they get a card to sign up to contribute to the Widows and Orphans Fund on the first day that they're hired. And when we have a conversation with them about the value of contributing to a fund that sustains the families of our fallen brothers and sisters, they're quick to contribute. And for that reason and for other reasons, we have a very vibrant Widows and Orphans Fund, and we're able to continue to provide for the families of Local 100 members that fall on the line of duty, whether it be on the subway tracks or behind the wheel of a bus. And while that can't be said for every worker across the country, it certainly can be said for Local 100. And hopefully that fund continues to grow, and we continue to be able to not only provide for the families, but now we're actually being very proactive with that fund and doing far more unannounced safety inspections than we've ever done, and using that to really get out in front of potential fatalities so that other families don't have to go through what everybody in this room has gone through. And I've been at so many memorials over the years, and I have 25 years on the job now. Time is flying. And I look down the list of names, and anybody who's seen me speak at these memorials before, it's really amazing. I look down a list of names, and particularly on the subway side of the house, I was the responder on so many of these fatalities, and it's really heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching for me to look, and Samuel McFall, me and a guy named Jose Iglesia were the first union reps on the railroad track. Harold Dozier, same thing. We were the first ones on the railroad track. We led the investigation as to how that actually happened at Newkirk Avenue. And for me to look back and really have just an emotional moment, just remembering that, I can only imagine what the families are going through. And my heart goes out to you, and the hearts of our brothers and sisters in this room go out to you. And whatever we can do going forward, please don't hesitate to call. And I know that the interaction between the union and the families of our brothers and sisters is not always perfect. I wish it was. There's glitches in terms of the benefits that we provide. Unfortunately, the MTA is a player in what we do, and sometimes we don't directly control it, but they work with us, and when we identify a problem, they're quick to fix it when we can identify it. So we do the best we can to try to ease your burden, and as we go forward, whatever ways we can further ease your burden, please let us know. And again, thank you for coming here today, and let's just try to honor their memory. So thanks very much.